Hello everyone. In this video, let us discuss about Azure functions. When I want the control of the operating system and the application, what I will do, I will install the virtual machine. So I'll deploy the virtual machine to take control of the operating system and the applications. So this is the application which is running on the virtual machine. So I have the control of both this. If I wanted to use microservices, then I will choose the containers, web application, or I can also choose Kubernetes as a service. So what is this function all about? If I want a service which will act based on a trigger, for example, if I have HTTP trigger, then there is a service which will automatically get triggered and will act based on this particular trigger. Or there are some real-time data which is coming or which is getting streamed via the event grid. Then based on the event grid data I want to act, then I will use this function. The function is basically run the code and not worry about the underlying platform or infrastructure. Functions are commonly used when you need to perform work in response to an event. If I have a document processing application, let us take an example of document processing application. A users or multiple users who are accessing your application using the web browser, they are constantly sending the documents, and this particular document has to be stored in a Azure blob storage. So based on the trigger, event will be triggered. Whenever there is a document which is sent, there is an event triggered, and this document will be stored in a Azure blob storage in one of the particular container. This can be the simplest use case where a function can be used. Function can also automatically scale based on the demand. Function will run only when there is a trigger. Otherwise, it will automatically deallocate the resources. Functions can also be used with the stateless or stateful applications. When they are used in a stateful application, a context is passed through the function to track the prior activity. Basically, when there is a stateful application, there is a constant sequence of sessions which will be maintained. And as we know, functions is a key component of the serverless computing. Let us understand the type of triggers which will make the functions to work. There are multiple triggers which are available. The triggers are namely HTTPS trigger, queue trigger, blob trigger, and timer based trigger, and event grid based trigger. So what are the programming languages does the function supports? Function will support Python, C#, Java, JavaScript, and also we can use batch file and .exe files as well. So whenever we wanted to use the function to run a certain action, we can create a batch file and schedule. So that will be the timer based trigger. And also we can use these programming languages to create a trigger for the function. When you create a function, you need to provide a name for the function name, and the domain Azure websites.net. This will be automatically appended. This is the default domain name what you get with your function app. This is the name for the function what you are going to create. With that, the Azure websites.net will be appended. This will be the name for your function app, and this is the URL using which you will be able to access using the web browser. When you create a function app, you will be provided with 3 hosting plans. There are 3 hosting plans when you create a function app. The first one is consumption based hosting plan. So this is event driven. When there is an event, the function app will work. Once it completes the activity, then it will automatically deallocates the resources. The second one is premium function. In this, we are able to use the network isolation. And also, we are able to scale the function app based on the demand. Third one is app service plan. So this is the same app service plan which we use to create web application, mobile application, web jobs, function app. So we can use the same app service plan to host any of these services. So basically we need to create app service plan if I wanted to configure the services for web application, mobile application, web job or functions. For the function, I have three options to choose the hosting plan. One is consumption based, the second one is premium function, the third one is app service plan. In app service plan, basically you choose the server. You choose the server or virtual machine for the application to be deployed or for the function to be deployed. Thank you for watching the video. If you like the content, please subscribe and share. Thank you and take care.